All right, everybody, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Oh, there's a nice breeze. Yeah, so that puzzle piece was not loading up. I don't know why, but it was not loading up for me. What is up, Rob? So, wanted to smack my phone, but I know it's not my phone. It was TikTok. Not loading up right. So, but now we're starting to walk slowly down the road back to the truck. I can't believe that I've been walking for almost 2 hours already. Does not feel like I've been walking for a little bit under 2 hours, but I have been. Still here. It still sounds like there's somebody like possibly like slowly like walking through the woods. But it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Now that trail, I would go walk down it, but that's private property. So that section there on that side of the trail is all private property. That is actually owned by the blueberry farm. So that's one of the sucky things about it. Yeah, private property sign. So there's been times where like we have heard things out, up on this side, and we can't go in there because it's private property. And so we ain't gonna be stupid, about shit. Going under private property. I still swear it sounds like there's somebody like walking. There's so many people that just walk off to the woods. Oh yeah. There's been times too where like I've like come like out here, just even for like a day drive, just come like driving down through these dirt roads. Any mushrooms yet? I saw one big giant red one. Well, there probably are up in the woods area, but you gotta go find them. But yeah, like I've been like out here numerous times, and just see people just walking through the regular woods, like not even on a trail, nothing. Oh yeah. Well, inside of the Pine Barrens itself, that you have what's known as the Pineys. The Pineys are people that live off grid, that live out in the middle of freaking nowhere inside of the Pine Barrens. These are people who've been living, literally like off of the land for years. And, they're fine out there. And then you have so many of these homeless camps that, that like people, live at, same thing, that like they're living off of the land. So, it's kind of, it's like kind of like cool, but then at the same time, it's kind of like creepy, for how like, like here's people that can be like living like 5, feet, it's like in the woods and you don't even know it. That's what, it's like, that's what's kind of creepy too. But, this is, things about, about the Pine Barrens. And this is why, that there's so many different stories about the Pine Barrens. Yeah, I was hitting these puddles hard when I was coming down here. Dragonfly. Trying to catch him on video, but he went by too quickly. But yeah, so this is how majority of the Pine Barrens actually look. In certain areas, is you can barely see through it. Okay, that was just a cell phone ring. That was back that way behind me. That's good. That's like the way that I just came from, and there was nobody there. That was even creepier. But it's not like, again, it's 1.1 acres plus, and only 3% of the Pine Barrens have ever fully been explored. So who knows what is really in these Pine Barrens? Who knows what is really going on in the woods of the Pine Barrens that we don't know about? Yes, yes, Kimberly, you are absolutely right. It is so beautiful, but so creepy at the same time. It's just the way how the Pine Barrens are. Hold on, guys, I'm just trying to get a drink of my Gatorade. See, now my truck is down that way, but somewhere I think it's off of this trail. It's actually the long way back to my truck, so we're actually gonna take it. But up here somewhere was like a man-made like shelter I lived in. Damn. Yeah, so I think it was this trail. I was on it, I want to say about it was earlier. I think it was like back in like May actually. When we came walking through here, and there was a like a man-made shelter kind of thing, and it looked like that there might have been possibly like somebody like staying in there. I don't know, but this is like a main walking trail, so I don't remember that tree being there, guys. Someone blocked the trail. Someone or something blocked the trail. This tree was not here. Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to figure out what's. All right, it broke off from right there. All right. Now I see for where it broke off from. Yeah, but it was it's like like I know that that, like trees fall, it's like all the time in the forest. Hey, look, now I find mushrooms. Um, like I know like they do everything, but it was just like weird. It's just like when you go down a trail, and it's like it's wide open, and you go down it like a few weeks later, and all of a sudden it's like the whole trail's like blocked off, and you're just like, what the hell? But yeah, this is like the long way back to my truck. But I want to see that shelter is still back here. And this is a main walking trail too, so. It's like, and it's like, this is, it's like, people go, oh, it's like the Pine Barrens, where like you're at is not creepy. No, this is where, a lot of people like have been down here before, that like I'll be like doing, it's like a live or walking through here with like somebody, and they say that like this is where, it gets creepy at, and it does, because you're right now that you're about a quarter mile from the main road. That's up over there. And you probably got about another half mile, probably before we reach my truck, which is all the way up here. Oh, do I feel anything out here? Oh, all the time. It feels like you have eyes on you 24/7. When like you're, it's like, it's like out here, it's like you have like 1,000 eyes that are like watching you. It's like every step you take, every move you make. Yeah, well, it's you got all your spiritual stuff, so it's like this used to be a fully functioning town somewhere in these woods. I don't know where. I've actually been trying to find it. I've even talked to people about it. There is a cemetery somewhere in this area. I don't know exactly where it is, but it is exactly that. It was for the town that used to be here. This was a fully functioning town. This was a whole berry farm area. It was a logging place. It was a stagecoach area. So somewhere around here is a cemetery, but don't know where it is. So did Bankhead National Forest look? Yes, I will look it up. I'm gonna do this real quick. Take a screenshot. If it lets me. There it goes. Yeah, so I took a screenshot of it so that way that I know the name of it. But this was, again, a fully functioning town. I think there was, I want to say it was like 80 people that like used to live here. It was like year round. And it was a stagecoach area, a berry farm, there was a logging farm. So, there was a lot of stuff that actually happened here. You are welcome. So that and that, like this, that like, and it's not just this area, the Pine Barrens. There are 27 ghost towns that have been found inside of the Pine Barrens. It's estimated to be somewhere around 65 like ghost towns inside of the Pine Barrens, but they only found 27. So I love chasing ghosts. Well, that's actually on what what I do. I'm a paranormal investigator. So something just ran through the woods. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to post well, I'm going to put it in the chat. Our main TikTok page. So I'm posting. All right, so right there, Paranormal Paradise. That is our main TikTok page. That's what our our main channel is. Yes, Tammy, I have seen things that I cannot explain. So everybody who is on here, right there says Paranormal Paradise. That is our main TikTok page. Please go and follow Paranormal Paradise. That is the main channel. This is our backup channel. So that there's things that have happened out here that I cannot explain. Things out in cemeteries where we have been inside the Pine Barrens, cannot explain. The ghost car, cannot explain the ghost car. No linking. Well, can I don't know, can I add in a link? Where right there, the X? Yeah, I know. It's kind of creepy. What's buried up underneath the X? Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could add in like a link to the Paranormal Paradise, but I can't. That's why I was stopping there. But that is our main channel. That is what we are mainly on. I'm gonna message a couple of my team members to see if they're available tonight to come back out. I know that Rob has been sick. Hopefully he's doing better. So that's one reason why we really haven't been out much, because he's been sick. And my mom has been dealing with a lot of personal family stuff going on as well. So natural trail. Yes, this is a natural walking trail. This actually used to be one of the main trails for when this was a fully functioning town. All these trails that like we're walking down, have been here for decades. Not as bad as they are now, but these were main trails. What they would use to be bringing the berry farms through, because all these right here, this is all blueberry fields. That's what these are. These are all blueberry fields. I'm surrounded by blueberry fields. So when this was, a fully functioning town, this is what they were doing. Out here picking blueberries. See? Blueberries. This is all blueberry farm. That's what, this was. So, think about it, that like these were trails back in the 1600s, 1700s, that people would be going, up and down, and stupid bug, and picking wild blueberries and, you know, putting them in, you know, the wooden crates and carrying them out. Yo, lots of blueberries. Yeah. What state are you from? But yeah, is that this is how like this whole entire. Well, I can't type in where you're. I did that. I said that we're inside of the Pine Barrens, inside of New Jersey. Nice. New Hampshire. I have family up there somewhere. But yeah, we are inside the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. This is where we are right now. I'm actually walking back to my truck. It's going on almost 2 hours of walking down these trails. Hello, Brooklyn. Nashville, Tennessee. Nice. So this is where that structure was built, because here's the wood for it. So somebody knocked it down, but there was like this teepee looking shelter thing built here. But somebody knocked it down. And you'll find shelters like that, like all out through the Pine Barrens. And it's where people actually live. Or it's people who, you know, are running, you know, from the law, or they run away. That like you'll actually see those structures built everywhere. So, no, it's actually kind of cool, you know, that like you actually see them. But then, like, you know, then I like other times it's like when you're walking past one and you see like a sleeping bag in there, or you see, you know, like clothes in there, and then, you know, then you go on your guard even more, because then you wonder, are you out here, you know, by yourself? All right, somebody just yelled. It was like a faint scream. Somebody yelled hello from all the way, like, back up in that area. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But, you know, it's like things like that, you know, that like makes you think, you know, are you alone inside of the Pine Barrens? And then the answer is, you're never alone inside of the Pine Barrens. You never are. Now it's, you got your paranormal, you know, side of the Pine Barrens. Then you got, you know, the paranormal aspect is, you know, the spirits of the Native Americans, from the people who have gone missing inside of the Pine Barrens, to the murders that have happened out here, to the mafia dumping bodies. And, you know, it's insane. So you're just like, are you ever alone? No. You know, it's like, do you feel like you have eyes on you 24/7? Yes. What is the temperature? It's like 90, 91. Shot back. Ooh. Well, that's the one thing. So you hear screaming inside of the Pine Barrens, you hear yelling, you hear whistling. You don't yell back, you don't scream back, and you don't whistle back. And that's more on, one, that's how a lot of people lure you in, is by calling out for help. And this has been, so this has been going on inside of the Pine Barrens for years. So, well, first of all, this here is another spot for where people would build shelters. But this has been going on inside the Pine Barrens for years. It's been going on also in other states for years. People will scream for help. They will just yell in general, or they will whistle, and they lure you in, and that's how they get you. It's been a well-known, factor thing, with that inside, the Pine Barrens and the Pocono Forest and the Black Hills Forest, even out west. It's how people actually lure you in, for kidnapping, murder, whatever. And it's sad that it actually does go on. Now, also, you hear whistling or screaming, especially in a forest like the Pine Barrens Forest, or the Pocono Forest, or the Black Woods Forest, or even Utah and Ohio. You hear whistling inside the woods at any period, you don't whistle back. Possible skinwalker. So there are so many things that could be into play when it comes down to noises that you hear inside of the forest, especially one like the Pine Barrens. It could be a trap. It could be a skinwalker. It can be somebody who's actually in danger, but you can't take that risk because you don't know what their intentions are. So it's like, that's something to where that like you would, go and, it's like use your own vehicle to go check it out. Because if it is, a setup or a something, you're in a vehicle, you can get in and out real quick. So, but that's just things of what you do not do, in a forest. I read stories and I've heard stories of, somebody going out there, chasing, somebody, who's screaming for help, and that, like those people have not returned, or a fight breaks out, there's gunshots involved. So, it's like you got to be smart about things, especially when you're out here in the Pine Barrens, or, in public, in any wooded area to begin with. So, but, it's just, you got to be smart about things. Yeah. Yes, I do carry protection with me. Not saying what it is. Because last time I said what it was, I got banned for like 6 days. So, but yes, that we're always carrying some type of protection with us. It's even when I'm out here by myself, I'm carrying something. When we're even out here, with our paranormal team, even though there's usually 4 or 5 of us, 2 or 3 of us are always carrying something. If it's in our vehicles, if it's on us, it's just, that's what we do. But, you know, it's just the way how, you know, you gotta be nowadays, you know, especially out here inside the Pine Barrens or anywhere you go. So, now I'm walking back through some sugar sand, slipping and sliding as I walk through it. There's still some things what you can say and what you can't say. On TikTok, even though that, you know, that they're making new rules about it and everything, still a lot of things of what you cannot say. So yeah, now it's starting to get warm out, but I know this is the trail back to the truck. I just don't know. Yeah, exactly. And it's bullshit. It is. But, you know, it's to keep the channels going. You know, it's like I have to curve things that I say or things that I show. So it's kind of like one of those areas that, like, you're like, I want to tell people, I want to say the truth, but at the same time, it's like, you can't, because, you know, somebody might complain that you said a certain word or you showed something. So, you know, so it's BS. That's what, that's, you know, that's all it is. It's just a bunch of friggin' BS. But yes, so, you know, this is, you know, the Pine Barrens during the daytime. So, yeah, see now, you guys realize it. No birds, no bugs, nothing. There's a slight breeze, but whenever I get near a certain area, everything freaking stops. Birds stop, everything stops. And that's not just here. You know, this is all over parts of the Pine Barrens. Of, you know, that you could be in the middle of an investigation and you can be hearing birds chirping left and right, and all of a sudden, like, it just goes stone cold quiet. Oh yeah, I know. You know, and it's, and there's one bird, but normally you'll hear like 15, 20 birds all going off at the same time, and you, like, all you hear is just one. So here's that busted TV that we saw earlier. Oh yeah, well, this is where we just walked down from, was this trail. The trail that we came down from after I parked my truck is this trail right here in front of us. So, I got the bird. But, this is a trail right here that we walked down, and we walked down that way. So we kind of basically made this big, giant, weird circle. So, but this is also another danger in the Pine Barrens. Sugar sand. This sugar sand is worse than beach sand. That I can tell you. If you don't have the right vehicle driving through the sugar sand, your ass is gonna get stuck. That I can tell you. I don't know on how many times that has happened with people. It's like with my friends, I get phone calls. My truck is stuck or my car is stuck. Dude, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not driving out there. That's literally like my answer to them. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is. I'm not driving out there. Can't wait until the freaking morning until there's the sun up. Yeah, but now it's like this trail here in front of me, right there. That goes out. Um, I don't know where that one goes. I don't know. I've not been down that trail. I don't know where it goes. So a lot of these trails that I don't explore on my own. Some I will, some I won't. So it all depends on it's the vibe that I get off of the trail, of if I'll go explore it or not. But some of these trails do go off to the private property. Some of these trails do go off to the berry farm. So, it's kind of wishy-washy on, it's like, do you explore it or not? So, no, so I can't tell what that is over there. I don't know if it's garbage or but something was just like very shiny and what looked like that might have been moving, or I don't know. Trying to see if I can get like a clear shot of like the area. Well, like there's so many trees that are like in like the I don't know what that is. Right back up in there. I can't tell. I don't know if it's like the top of a tent. I don't know. So I was trying to see if I was able to get like a clear view, maybe down like one of like the cutoffs, but do we chance it? It looks like someone's tent. So someone's been walking through here. You can tell that someone's been walking through here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there is someone's tent. So right there is someone's tent. Right above where my finger is someone's tent, guys. So someone is living out here. So but it's like that's what I was saying to you guys before. There are people who live out here inside the Pine Barrens. And right back up there. Here we go. Here's a better view of it. I'm going to try to zoom in. Wait, where'd it go? Right there, in between those two trees, is someone's tent. So we are in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. So there is somebody living out here. It looks like there might be possibly 2 tents up over there. So it looks like that it might be like a little small tent village that are everywhere inside of the Pine Barrens. But there is a tent up over there. Shouldn't I be camping there? Well, you can do wilderness camping inside of the Pine Barrens, which you don't need a permit for. But there are guidelines on what you have to follow. If you do wilderness camping, there's no fires allowed. That's one of the biggest things is if you do a wilderness camping thing, you're not allowed to have any fires. And in this area, as heavily walked these trails are, even daytime, nighttime, that a fire would be noticed. So well, the thing is that here inside the Pine Barrens, that the state knows about it. They do. And they have literally moved some of these homeless camps and things like that. And people go right back to where they were. For what I got taken out of, they go right back to to that area. Yeah, true. But now, knowing that, if you guys remember, when we first got here and we started walking down this trail, and I kept saying, it feels like somebody's watching me. I'm hearing footsteps, that I'm seeing movement. It might have been somebody from that tent campsite back there. Might have been somebody from there that might have been watching me. Now that me knowing it's there kind of makes sense, because when I was here last month, I was trying to go TikTok live to do another daytime walk. Right up in this area, motion sensors started going off. And, they were those infrared sensors to where like you get inside of like a certain amount of feet and they go off. So this whole entire trail here was lined up with them. So might have been like their way of knowing that like somebody's coming down the trail. So I was out here with one of my friends, and that's when we started hearing, it was like we were walking down the trail, and we probably got roughly right about up to like this clearing, like right here. And that's when we started hearing the motion sensors going off. So we were right about here, and we were facing, well, we got right about here, and like right up by like that group of trees right here, that like we can hear like a motion sensor going off. It's like a high pitch motion sensor. So and that was only 3-4 weeks ago. So so that like they know who's coming up like driveway. Yeah. So that like they're watching the trails. This trail on who's coming and going, everything. There's somebody living back there. So, and it's like even now that like it sounds like every time I start to walk, it sounds like there's somebody just off the trail is like down there like walking. So they are watching. And again, when I was walking down this trail, when I got here, I kept saying it felt like that, like, and I kept seeing things and hearing things like it was like somebody watching me. Well, now that makes perfectly, good sense. Oh, excuse me. On why? Because there's somebody's living in the tent up over there. And when I was walking on that little trail, you can plainly see that somebody walked through there very, very, very recently. It's like they were like running, as in like they were running to the campsite or running out of the other campsite. To see what I was doing or to run from me. There's deer up over there. It could be a military vet. It could be. You never know. But now I know that there's somebody who's living in the living down these trails. Makes it to the point to where it's, should I be coming out here with, somebody else as well? So, is that what I should be doing now? Is when I come out here, is it come out here with like somebody else? There's a few camps like that. Yeah. There's a big military vet tent city. It's actually down towards like the Atlantic City area. It's somewhere off the Parkway, heading down towards Atlantic City, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but I know it's there. I seen it. No, I am not empty-handed. I'm always carrying something. But it literally sounds like that, like whoever it is, like backtracking, he's like, they're like walking with me, but like far enough back to where like I can't see them, but they can see me. If I bring my dog out here, uh, he sees a squirrel, he sees a dog, another animal, whatever it is, deer, squirrel, bird, he's gonna try and go get it. That's how he is. And for me to go, like live while walking him, no. That's one of those things to where it's be somebody else be going live talking to you guys while I am walking my monster. So, oh yeah, yeah, and it's exactly for what they're doing. Like they're, it's like they're watching me to make sure that I'm actually, it's like walking back, to the truck. It's like when I first left the area and went, it's like away from that area. Do I think that they cut, cut back through and checked out my truck footprint? Taking a screenshot of that. If it lets me. There it goes. Yeah, so. And that's fresh. So somebody literally just walked through here barefooted. Did you guys see that footprint? Right here. Yeah, so. And yes, I am leaving. Yes, I'm walking back to my truck. Yeah, I'm saying that so they are watching. They hear me saying that, so. And yeah, I am. I'm walking back to the truck leaving. But that's literally walking this way towards my truck. You are welcome. Yes, I am going to be safe. Yeah, no, it's like stone cold quiet right now, and I am almost to my truck. So, I think next time I come out here, it's going to be with somebody else as well. I am looking down, I keep looking down at the footprints that are literally still heading towards my truck. No, you're not just gonna go walk through the Pine Barrens barefoot, unless if you know, this area, that you're not gonna go walking through the Pine Barrens barefooted. It's like I know a lot of people who go exploring barefooted, and they all have said, "No, dude, you don't walk through the Pine Barrens freaking barefoot." Yo, where the hell's my damn truck? Yeah, and I'm still looking, and they are still following. Well, all right, I'm almost out. They're still going the way towards my truck. So, because like I seen the people who live, in the farmhouse up, on the other side of the old cranberry bogs, and whenever I see them, they're always, wearing boots and shoes, and and that like like they live at the cranberry, well, on the other side of the old cranberry bogs. So, all right, there's my truck. So, but yeah, like, or that was just a branch breaking right behind me. So it's like after I walk past their site, yeah, they're still walking this way. So it's like after I went past their campsite, they followed me off this trail. It's like they walked back here it's like towards my truck. So I'm gonna go. So we are gonna go like check out the ground around my truck and see if there is, any footprints near my truck. Any footprints near my truck? Oh yeah, like I have, you know, cut my grass, when I was barefoot. I also done it weed whacking too. So, but, it's just weird, for how, like, I was seeing, someone, like following me. And then on the way out, see the campsite. And then we see the footprints. So, trying to see if I see any footprints around my truck. But here I really can't see any. That's my footsteps when I walked up this way. I'm gonna walk back. Yeah, see now up there is broken glass on that side. So I don't think they walked through all that broken glass. But here it's like all freshly rained. Here it's like all freshly rained. Came through here recently too, or a dirt bike. Yeah, see now it's like all like these pine needles and everything, so it's gonna be even harder to even. Trying to see if I can spot any without going too far back down that trail. I will post the photo on this page and on the main page, so you guys can actually see it. If you guys have not seen it, yeah, it's getting back down there too far, and that guy who lives down there is like down the trail. I don't want to be having any issues. Right, look at this right here. There's a footprint. Right there's a footprint. So they walked up here to my truck, checking out my truck. So stand puzzle piece popped up again, and it's not loading up right. So I got a minute or so before the puzzle piece really screws me up. So maybe on the way out it might refresh, might show up. But I will post that photo on both TikTok pages, so you guys can see it and comment. So it is hot as shit in my truck. There we are. Windows are open. So alright guys, it's about to end in like a minute because I can't do this damn puzzle piece. So again, I'm going to post that photo, and everybody enjoy your day, have fun, be safe out there, stay positive, think positive, and do positive, and positive will return back to you guys. So always try to do the right thing. Don't be one of those people, if you guys know what I mean. But guys, I will talk to you guys later. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3